Peggy 12.
Hi guys, welcome back to our behind the scenes journey of 1111 Memories Retold. In today's episode, we look at the game's historically inspired mechanics and the nuanced effects that they have on the narrative. This is 1111 Memories Retold, behind the scenes.
We're looking at a time, of course, where the letter was preeminent, was really important. And not only were it letters, there were also postcards. There were massive organisations in both the German and British and French armies to ensure that those letters could be sent home. And if you were sent a letter from the United Kingdom, of course, to the trenches, it may well actually arrive either the next day or on the very day that it was being posted. It was immense, and we see millions and millions of letters and postcards sent.
Writing and receiving letters was so important in the front that we had to make a compelling gameplay mechanic around that. As a player, you can choose what do you want to write, what do you want to send to your loved ones at home. The relationship between the character will evolve based on the letters and the pictures you choose to send.
During his story, Kurt will send countless amounts of letters to his family, and the information they contain is entirely up to you. Based on the interactions you have in the level, you can unlock some more possibilities for the way the narrative develops. The more you discover things, the more you'll be able to tell your family as Kurt. Depending on what you do and what you send, the answers might be different and even lead to a different resolution of the story.
We're trying to balance mechanics between characters, so with Harry, as a photographer, you will be able during all the game to have a camera and to take pictures, and you can send pictures to tell your own story of the war. And same thing, you will have choices. Some picture you ask to take, but a lot of pictures you can take by yourself.
The photographs were incredibly important during the Great War. Kodak had created a very small camera right the size of an iPhone, which they were able to take to war. The Allies soon realized this is not something that they could allow, because of course they could be publishing photographs of terrible things at the front. So that then transitioned into only having official photographers. So one of the interesting things is the different approach between the Germans and the British. The British had tight control over the letters that were written, over the photographs that could be taken, and lots of soldiers disobeyed that. But in Germany there was a more lax approach. Maybe they felt that it was better that people understood a little bit more about the war. So the letters that were written home had huge details, and photographs were sent home from the trenches regularly. And that's just not something that you commonly come across in the British and Canadian armies. And I think that's probably improved the understanding of the average person at home. They connect with some aspect of their lives at the front.
So every time you take a picture, it's considered as a choice. It has an impact on the character. All those choices determines how the character ends up at the end of the game. Did you manage to stay with a sane mental state, or did you go through it and did war eat you, chewed you, and made you a monster or something?
Some actions which you will see are clearly prompted and asking you to make a very important decision. Some other things you do in the game that you might not be aware of are being tracked in the background. Small actions you make might come to bite you later in the game and even in its finale.
All those tiny choices you do can be summarized as: do you do something for yourself, or do you choose to be empathetic and help someone else?
1111 is a narrative game with micro choices. There are some big choices, of course. Those meaningful choices are really all along the game, and they create a pretty big diversity of endings.
Based on everything you've done, you could experience one of 28 combination of events that will conclude Harry and Kurt's story.